Hey, what is up guys, it's Diego back in the video. Today we're going to be covering some more news that Frontier released in the most inconvenient time for me, of course. That seems to be something that always happens whenever something Jurassic related comes out. It always comes out in the most inconvenient times for me. This has happened a lot in the past, more often than I'm willing to admit. But yeah, we have some new information. Again, this video is kind of, I wouldn't say rushed, but I don't have a script for this video. I'm just kind of winging it, and I do apologize if there's background noises because for some reason that's been happening a lot often in my videos, and it really sucks, but it is what it is. So yes, we do have some more news in regards to Jurassic World Evolution, both, some very exciting, some very meh, some not that exciting, I guess. Depends on what your preference is, what exactly you're looking into the game for, but really I'm trying to, I want to take this chance while I'm making this video to cover some of the things I failed to see in the previous video that I made. In the previous video I made, I pretty much covered all the things, all the general things from, like, I guess a more outside perspective, but now I'm going to take a closer look at some of the things that I covered in the last video and tell you guys some of the new things that we're getting in this new update and DLC. So I want to start off just by looking at this picture right here that I showed you guys in my previous video on the new Stegosaurus model that we're getting in the next DLC. I missed two very crucial things in this picture that I'm going to be honest, I'm a little surprised that I missed out on. But these two things are actually very important for Jurassic World Evolution, and those are redwood trees and the actual fencing. Now let's go ahead and start with the redwood trees. Obviously, if you guys don't know, trees are, I guess, one of the more recent updates of Jurassic World Evolution, and they're something that we have basically been asking for a very, very long time, ever since the game has been released. They haven't had a variety of stuff. We've always been limited when it came to Jurassic World Evolution, but after they released terrain tools, trees, different types of rocks, it showed us that there was a lot more to the game, more than just the stuff that they had initially released for us, and that there would be more coming in the future. And as you can see, more things are going to be added, including, of course, the redwood trees, along with, I'm guessing, other things. I'm assuming that maybe we'll get other trees. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not seeing any other types of trees or shrubbery here, but it is possible that that's something they will announce in the future. They are saying that they will come out with more things as the weeks go by in terms of information for the new DLC. So I guess just time will tell, and I guess we'll see what else we'll get in terms of vegetation, which will be really cool because that's something else that people can decorate their parks with. Now, moving on to the actual fencing, if you take a really close look at the bottom of the fence, because you can't really tell from the top, the fences are actually connected with chain links. And that is actually really cool because that basically explains how they're going to be able to contain the Compies. Because if you guys don't know, apparently there was a tweet, I think, of pretty much updating us with a little bit more information on the Compies, that the Compies will be just like other dinosaurs, I think. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and read it out. It's from Steg's Frontier. He or she says, "Hi, Compies will be like the other dinosaurs. You'll build an enclosure for them. They don't have a specific preset exhibit," which, if you guys don't know what a preset exhibit is, it would be something like the aviary, which is a preset exhibit as it's already built for you and it's just something that you have to place down. Whereas for the other exhibits, it's something that you would have to pretty much build from scratch and kind of create on your own. And pretty much ever since we heard about these Compies being released, there have been a lot of questions in regards to how we're actually going to be able to contain them. And we did get some information that the Pteranodon and the Compies would have their own unique way of not only breaking out, but of being taken down via tranks, of course, when they escape. And I think that's really cool because when it comes to those two dinosaurs, it would be very hard to kind of do the same things that you would do with the other dinosaurs as far as tranking them when they escape, or as far as breaking fences when they escape, because you can't really imagine a Compy really breaking through a fence the same way as you would imagine maybe like a Pteranodon breaking through a fence, despite the fact that a Pteranodon is a pretty small dinosaur. But these chain link fences right here, as you can see, pretty much answer our question in regards to how exactly we're going to be able to contain these Compies. They're pretty much designed for small dinosaurs, obviously, like the Compies, because, like, yes, obviously, no matter what, even if we didn't have these, the fences would obviously keep the Compies contained, but logically, they're able to fit through that little cemented area that on the very bottom of the fence and the actual electrical parts of the fence, and they're able to escape. I think Frontier wanted to do something a bit more logical in terms of actually containing the Compsognathus, so I can appreciate Frontier for taking it to that extent in order to make it somewhat logical, because obviously with these chain link fences, even the Compsognathus would have a hard time getting through those, I feel like. So that's actually really cool. We're getting new fences as well. So along with that, we're also getting a new building. Now, I obviously, I don't think I covered every single new building in the last video. I think there's more that I didn't see, but one that that Frontier recently revealed was this small little building right here that a lot of people are speculating are bathrooms, which, I mean, I guess is cool. I mean, the bathrooms are something that, for whatever reason, people have been wanting in the game for pretty much ever since it was released. There's a lot of things in this game that people have wanted since release that Frontier just didn't deliver on initially, and truth be told, I don't know why. I think they just want to make this as realistic as possible when it comes to an actual dinosaur theme park, or just a theme park in general. And the fact that they lack things like decorations and bathrooms and just customizing the enclosure from scratch, kind of like what you would do in Planet Zoo, I feel like people seemed that they were hyped up to all of this really cool things in Jurassic World Evolution, only for it to not really live up to that hype. So I think people went into it a bit disappointed. Truth be told, I didn't really expect any of that stuff anyway, so when I went into Jurassic World Evolution, I wasn't really that disappointed. But regardless, it's really cool how we're getting new buildings kind of like this, and they're kind of completing people's ideas of what a realistic park would actually look like. And I feel like I feel like this is the kind of thing that should have just came out firsthand. But regardless, again, it's really cool, and I really like how they made it a more Jurassic theme, because as you can see, this looks pretty similar to all the other buildings they have in the actual game. So it makes sense that it would have that same theme. Although I feel like they should have stuck with maybe the original Jurassic Park bathrooms, I guess, because, you know, I'm assuming that this building is going to be a part of the DLC, so I'm guessing since that they're moving to a more back to basics to Jurassic Park, I figured they might have done something more relating to Jurassic Park. But I'm not even sure if this is really a bathroom, because that's just something that people are speculating. So it's possible that this could be a completely different building. We don't know. Frontier didn't 100% confirm it. They just posted it to their Instagram. That's where I found it. And yeah, I mean, as far as this building goes, that's pretty much it. And as far as new things that I missed or stuff that has been released since my previous video, that's pretty much it. But I did also want to go back to the Pteranodons, because I did talk about how people were saying that the Pteranodon was going to be more of the Jurassic Park 3 model rather than the Jurassic World model. And I didn't really go in depth as to why they would think that. I just told you guys that they did. And I feel like I should go more in depth in that because looking at the picture that I had in my previous video, I noticed that pretty much just looking at that picture, even from a far distance to the actual Pteranodon, you can see that it has all the features in the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon than it does in the Jurassic World. I do apologize for that dog barking. Now, if you actually look really close, which I know it'll be hard because when I zoom in, it'll be really blurry, but if you look really close, there are actually some very distinct features that point more towards the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon than it does to the Jurassic World Pteranodon. As you can see, this Pteranodon here has a long crest in the back of its head. It's a little bigger in bulk and in wingspan and size, and if you look really close at the beak region, it actually has teeth. Now, the Jurassic World Pteranodon has a very small crest in the back of its head. It does not have teeth in its beak, and for the most part, it has more of a scrawny build to it, although it could get to this size. But again, it's not as distinct as the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon, which leads me to believe why people would think that this is more the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon than it is the Jurassic World one. And I think that that's really cool how, again, they're going back to the original Jurassic Park trilogy trilogy to add in more creatures. It's not just Jurassic Park. You have the Lost World Stegosaurus skin. You have the Redwoods, which you see more in Jurassic World, or sorry, the Lost World than anything when they're in the middle of the island. You have the Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon. You have the aviary that's made of metal, which is supposed to be the birdcage from Jurassic Park 3. There's just a lot of elements and buildings and things here in this new DLC that's coming out that point to the Jurassic trilogy as a whole than it does just to Jurassic Park, which I think is awesome because I feel like Jurassic Park should be celebrated as a whole, not just with the one movie, despite the fact that it's probably in many people's eyes the only actual good Jurassic Park movie. Despite what those people think, I still like the other two. Yes, of course, I like some of them a little bit more than the other, and yes, there is a last place for the ones that I do like. There just has to be a number 3, and I'm looking at you, Jurassic Park 3. You are clearly the last one on everybody's list in terms of what Jurassic Park is the best. But anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much all I have to say for today. I just really want to make this brief little video kind of talking about some of the newest things that Frontier has revealed, along with some of the things that has been revealed in regard to the Compies in the Jurassic World community, and of course, talking about some of the things I've missed in the previous video when I was talking about all the new things that were coming to this DLC. Now, before I go, I do want to point out that there are definitely a lot in these pictures and in the trailer that I probably most likely missed. So if I did miss anything else, let me know in the comments down below. If there's maybe articles out there that point out like certain things that I haven't talked about yet in these couple of videos I've made, and I'll make a follow-up video for the next time I'll update you guys on any more information on the update/DLC that's coming out on December 10th. But until then, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Jurassic World Evolution stuff and other dinosaur content I post on this channel. That's all I say for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please have a nice day.